Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Hey, Dana, try to soldier on, but George Santos will not be running again. He has announced he will not be running for re-election.
Shocking.
No. Although he calls the ethics investigation a smear.
Of course.
Another
Which
totally
is also something he puts on his bagels. He has no idea what that word means.
In a totally unrelated story, New Jersey First Lady Tammy Murphy, Phil Murphy's wife, is going to run against Menendez, to which I say yay. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least, everyone stood up and said, yes, Menendez should resign. I swear to God, Republicans are just so power hungry. I don't know what it would take for them to expel Santos. Do you?
Oh, they won't. No. Their margin is too close in the House of Representatives, and McCarthy needed all the votes he can get, and so does Mr. I think about gay sex way too much, Mr. Johnson. So they're not going to expel him. They're going to let him run out this term, and it's going to go.
I was going to ask you if you would mind if we monitored each other's porn addictions.
I would be happy to. Yeah.
Okay. Dana, let's talk for a moment about the Georgia case. An attorney for one of Trump's co-defendants in Georgia admitted to leaking those proffer videos that we saw, right, of Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell. Attorney Jonathan Miller, who is representing Misty Hampton, which I know is a road comic. You've stated with Misty Hampton Suites, have you not?
Yes, indeed.
So, and I think the thing everybody's freaking out about is, just all those wild cards, like can Judge Cannon, block Fani Willis's schedule, and now she's saying she doesn't think she can conclude till 2025, and I think we're all saying, are we going to have a democracy in 2025 if God forbid, Donald Trump gets back in?
I think it's a fair question. I also think that we need to not freak out about hypotheticals. Everything is going really well in the Georgia case. I think 8 people have flipped right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think we need to focus on the wins. Fani Willis is doing the job, but it is, all that stuff is scary if we want to focus on that. The sky is falling. But right now, stuff's getting done, and there's going to be protective orders now on the videos where the lawyers can watch them, but they can't copy them. So now they're going to start protecting the evidence, and it's not going to be released to Trump himself. Isn't going to be able to get his hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all clearly witness intimidation. But so I love this. Trump's lawyers have filed for a mistrial in the fraud case in New York. I love that they just try, even though there's this overwhelming evidence they've already lost. They're like, can you
maybe that will stick. Maybe that's going to stick.
Yeah, I don't even need to be a lawyer to go he's already lost.
Yeah, they're just determining the amount.
Right. Yeah, an expert witness called to testify by Trump's own lawyers in his ongoing fraud trial told the court that lenders should have assumed the president's financial statements were inaccurate. That's their witness? He's the biggest liar in the world. Why would you believe? He qualified as an expert on accounting. He explicitly called out accountant Donald Bender, who represented Trump at the firm Mazars, and who testified for the prosecution that he would have wanted to see appraisals conducted by the Trump organization. He, however, testified that lenders should have noted the buyer beware signals sent by highly cautionary language in their disclaimer, which would have allowed Trump to make claims that departed significantly from generally accepted accounting principles. I mean, that's their defense? You should have known he was the biggest liar in the world.
Apparently, that's all they have.
Yeah.
They're going to throw out everything they can. I think, I don't know, the testimony hasn't been good. Even Ivanka's testimony didn't help her father. And the boys are just a mess. One of them pours cement, and I really think we should start looking at all the cement he's poured, because there's probably bodies and a lot of documents in whatever that cement is.
Yeah, and they took Trump's legal team took another blow when a New York judge ruled their expert witness couldn't testify about the value of one of his golf courses. I mean, he's just flailing, I mean, it's just what is it? His Truth Social that he's lost $11 billion on. It just gets more and more unhinged, right? And I don't know, where do you think we are on gag orders? Because it seems like daily there is a threat, right?
Listen, there was a gag order put against another witness for threatening people online. I can't remember which one it was. And the judge came down, and I don't know if it was like a warning shot to Trump, but they're not going to treat him like a normal defendant. So the gag orders are bothering me, because he should be in jail by now.
Yeah.
He really should be held in jail. If he was any other human on this planet, he would be held in jail until his trials, all 45 of them.
Paula Poundstone, you were in the midst of a very long but albeit fascinating story before the break. Please continue.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Yes. We reviewed that Rocky
All
Mountain
right.
Mike came
I
to
just
see
wanted
you. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Rocky Memory Mike came to see me, and he relayed entirely incorrectly.
Okay.
He said that I did not love Chris. I never said such a thing, and I love Chris. I think I've made it abundantly clear
Yes,
that I
you have.
love Chris.
You have.
By the way that I look at him,
Yes.
and by my gentle touch.
And by the fact that you don't care that he is the worst ping pong player in the history
in the
of
history
world.
of your ping pong tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? I don't even remember the quality of your play.
See, that's
I
how
mean,
that's
memorable
love.
it
That's
was.
love.
Yeah.
He just stands there like a giant wall of muscles while the ball bounces off of him. That's pretty much.
Sounds a lot like Chris's sex
more
life
than
as
many
well.
can-
I don't know your
Oh!
quality
Pretty
of
much.
play. He's just a giant thing of muscles while the ball bounces off of him.
Dana Louise Goldberg. I'm sorry, Paula Poundstone. But did you have more for us?
I also wanted to say,
All right.
this is my third. I think this is my second thing. No, this might be my third thing.
Okay.
I wanted to say
Yes.
that Mike Johnson's wife sounds like a fifth grader doing her science fair presentation when she didn't really put the work in for the confidence that you need.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
Don't you think that's
Yeah, it's like
the
when
best
you've
description?
heard me tell the story. I grew shrimp for my science fair project, and the light bulb went out the night before, and they all died. And so I just stirred them up before
No.
the judges came by, so it looked like they were swimming, but they were dead.
Stephanie, that's desecrating a grave.
Well, you know.
I think that's hysterical.
Thank you.
Stephanie, that you were like,
Did it work?
they're on their way. Let's.
Did it
okay.
work?
Yes, it was
did?
cheating, but
Okay.
Paula Poundstone, Jody
You know,
Hamilton
if
can tell you.
if
Can tell you, speaking of love, what did I say? We were talking about next week, and I said maybe Paula can come in because she's family. It's Thanksgiving week, and you are family.
Yeah, are you
And we
available
and
Monday,
we are,
Tuesday?
we are thankful for you. Let's try to book her on air.
Absolutely.
Okay, Monday
Okay.
it is.
Yes.
Great.
I
I'll
love
send you
that
the info.
idea. And that's funny because I know you guys don't hear your own commercials while they play, but I did. There was just one talking about leftover food safety,
Yes,
and I think that's something we can go over.
terrific. That'll
on
be
the
fascinating.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
episode.
We'll have a food fight. It'll be great fun. All right, Paula. Well, thanks
I
for.
love that. So am I coming on Monday?
We would love it if you could. Oh, wait a minute. Jody will be in touch.
I apologize, but somebody has just confirmed.
Jody will be in touch, though.
That
will
was-
be in touch.
Oh, that was nice. You just wow.
You know,
she put a dollar bill on a
Stephanie-
string and then pulled it back, Paula.
This isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened. Speaking of strings, Stephanie, if you had been a Von Trapp and your shrimp had died the night before your presentation,
Yes.
you would have attached strings to them and conducted them as marionettes in the morning for the presentation.
That's an idea for next
Just
time.
something.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If it turns out we have more than one life.
All right. Thank you for this episode of Punked. Jody will be in touch about when we actually can.
Maybe Tuesday?
Maybe Tuesday.
What about Wednesday? All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we
we're
love you,
figuring it
Paula.
out.
The point is, we love you, Paula Poundstone. We'll see you next week at some point. All right. I love you. Mwah.
Yeah. I
right.
love you too.
And we
Bye.
can
Hello?
talk food safety.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the listeners are probably like, are they airing a commercial break and we don't know?
Chris, did you leave the mics up again?
I'm sorry.
It happened.
Oh, dear. All right, speaking of love, Sarah writes, the only media that I consume these days is Stephanie Miller, Netflix movie, and TED Talks. With TED, I get access to everything, get to listen to great minds. Stephanie makes me laugh and makes me feel as though I'm part of something great. You are, Sarah. I recently saw there's a comedy section on the TED.com website. I thought I could just picture Steph there giving her sexy liberal talk, now how she's helping all the liberals own who they are, feel good about who they are, take back that identity from the haters. I see this as an amazing opportunity in Steph doing a TED Talk. All right, I've already prepared it, Dana. Are you ready? Vote for
hit
Joe
me with
Biden. He won't put you in concentration camps.
Right.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Is that what 2024 is about, or am I wrong? Right?
Yeah, it's. I'm only reacting because it's even there. There's so much humor. It's terrifying right now,
Yeah.
especially for the. I don't want to get too far into it. The Jewish community is scared. The Palestinian community is scared. A lot of innocent people are scared. And
Yeah.
yes, there's so much humor, but it's such a horrifying thought because we're not that far off.
And this whole party, the headline is, as Trump vows vengeance against vermin, Republicans look the other way. Top Republican lawmakers, of course, brushed aside questions about Trump's alarming vow to purge his political opponents, which he referred to as vermin. Is that worse than deplorables? I don't use that kind of language, but it's a free country, said Lindsey Graham. Marco Rubio said real Hitlers are called Hamas. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, are you kidding me? After Hillary Clinton called us all deplorables, people are actually offended by that. I mean, again, vermin is right out of a Hitler speech.
Yeah.
Right. But this is we're going to, both sides ourselves into fascism, aren't we?
Absolutely. I'm telling you,
careful.
between that and the purifying the blood of this country, if people are not paying attention, you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
You need to pay attention. You
Yeah.
need to speak up for your neighbors. You need to speak up for the people. That whole poem, I didn't speak up.
Yeah.
They didn't come for me. He will come for you. He
Yeah.
will come for you.
Asked whether the terms were comparable, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, I'd say the Democrats are the 1930s fascists and Nazis. I mean, it literally, that's their response. I know you are, but what am I? So they think if they call everybody a fascist, it has no meaning then, right?
The fact that we're even using jokes to talk about Hitler and the Holocaust in this country right now is horrifying.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. The fact that they think that it's okay to do this it's mind blowing to me. I can't. I hated all these people before this situation. I hate them even more now.
Yep. Now it's Seth, the homo of hope.
Aw.
Hello, Seth.
Thank you, Seth. Bring it in.
Hello, homos, and Jody who runs the Shomo, and to my protege, the chocolate homo of hope in Arizona, and my alter ego, the homo of filth. I think I covered everybody
Yes,
there.
yes. And Dana.
And yes, and Dana. Well, one of the special homos of the show, and Dana, because everything gets better when Dana is here.
Yes.
Thank you, honey.
So, what I wanted to say was, back in the '90s, I worked for LA Unified School District, and we passed a resolution back in the '90s protecting gay and lesbian teachers, gay and lesbian students, and we actually at our school, elementary school, February was Black History Month, March was Women's History Month. We actually did June as Gay Pride Month, which was not easy to do. We had to do a lot of outreach work, and I still remember the moment when things changed. I did a lot of work with the parents, and when I was talking about Matthew Shepard, because that happened not too recently at that time, I said, your kid doesn't have to be gay bashed. Somebody just has to perceive or
exactly,
think that
perception.
your kid is gay. And
Or different in any
lights,
way, right? Just different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw lights go off, and I saw ooh, wait a minute. It became personal, I have something in this game, and parents, because this was a heavy Latino Catholic community, and I saw lights go off, and we went on, and we had a lot of protests and did that, but we went on and continued to do that, at that school, and it was great. It was great for the kids, great learning for the teachers, for the parents. But on a lighter note, I just wanted to say two things. My parents' drink was the vodka gimlet, and I don't know what a gimlet is, Jody. And Stephanie,
yes.
I have a theory about your eye.
Yes.
I think it's Joe Manchin's disease.
It's
Joe Manchin's disease.
It's hard to tell which particular irritant it is, but thank you.
Exactly. There are so many. And does Joe Manchin think anybody is going to vote for him? The people in his state don't want him. He talks about the centrist movement. Well, he only talks about Republicans, and they're the least centrist of anything. I was behind a car the other day, and on the car it said, Marianne Williamson for president. I'm thinking, really, Jill Stein, do you really think you have a chance to be the president of the United States of America? Whose payroll are you on? Let's not repeat this. So I think the good news is there are a lot of good people, and everybody's seeing this. And the more insane they are, the more motivated we are. There's more of us than there are of them. There are more people with heart. There are more people who care.
Yep.
There are more people with education. And I have no doubt that we are going to take back the House, and we're going to keep that Senate. And Joe Biden is the only thing on the menu. It's for dinner. It's for breakfast. It's for snack.
And hors d'oeuvres.
We're going to win.
No,
And hors d'oeuvres.
no Limburger cheese or liverwurst.
Nope.
On saltines. Mom and Dad's cocktail hour snacks. Okay, thank you. That's why he's the homo pope. He gave us some hope.
That's depression food.
Indeed.
They grew up in them. Dana, speaking of third parties, I think it is an act of such unbelievable selfishness at this particular moment in our history and ego.
Oh, I agree, 100%. The ego that this person has,
Yes.
or like this, like Seth said, the caller, the payroll. I mean, we have a photo of her sitting with Mike Flynn and Putin in the 2016 election, I believe it was. Like, if you're not connecting the dots, you're not trying hard enough.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is terrifying a little bit that, I think they're saying Kennedy has the highest, of any third party candidate, highest polling, like 22% or something. And of course, it's all name recognition. And it's just
100%.
terrifying.
I do think I think Kennedy specifically, name recognition is scary for the people that aren't paying attention, but I honestly feel he would pull more Trump voters.
Yeah. Well, polling is showing that too, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's all third party candidates. Listen, I believe that we don't necessarily need a two-party system, but don't come in at the 12th hour and decide that you're going to run for president just to try and shake things up.
I feel like what's that saying about I'm like herding cats, Democrats? I'm not a member of an organized party because we were having nostalgia, right, Chris, about all the happy memories of the Hillary Obama primary and the Bernie Hillary primary.
Oh, that was
everybody
great.
hating each
Oh, yeah.
other. And now we're in this whole the Middle East thing. It's just like I'm like maybe we just need to, even though there's not a real primary because we have an incumbent, we just have to fight. We just need to fight every 4 years.
Was it the Bernie Hillary primary where we actually talked about toys that could kill us as a kid?
Yes, we've gotten on to poop transplants this morning just to get away from talking about the Middle East. Fecal transplant? It's a thing.
Fecal transplant.
thing.
I already got a letter from a
It's a Crohn's treatment.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
real.
Well, now it's going to be in all of our emails, so thank you for that.
Yeah. It is. It's 24 election. We can think of it as a fecal transplant, just to make sure the orange turd gets flushed. So